Can move his, oh. His leg just snapped off, so that's not great. Oh boy. I was barely even moving him around, to be honest with you. That's not cool. You know, you'd be surprised how hard it is to find Stegosaurus themed figures. I had to pick this guy up off of Murakami, which is kind of like eBay, because he's hard to find. He's from the Extreme Dinosaurs toy line. I don't know if y'all remember this, but there was a show called Street Sharks. It's totally a Ninja Turtles ripoff, and they did a spin-off from that called Extreme Dinosaurs, and these were the guys that they made for it. He's kind of cool. He's pretty cool looking, but I was like, they have to have other Stegosaurus figures. There's got to be something that's been made in the past 30 years. That makes me feel really old. Anyways, I found one. It's this guy. His name is Mar-Osis, and he's from the Saurozoic Warriors line. And I think he's some kind of bounty hunter or something. He looks like he might be a bad guy character. I just thought he kind of looked cool. He comes with like a gun, and he's kind of like a punk rocker looking dude. So I picked this guy up. He's from Boss Fight Studios. I got this on Big Bad Toy Store. This isn't the first one of these that I've opened. Here's what happened to the first one, but let's hope that doesn't happen with this one. So I've never heard of this line before, but again, I was looking for dinosaur related figures, and I thought, you know what? Why don't I give this a shot? Boss Fight are a pretty interesting company. I keep an eye on their stuff. They do a lot of like fantasy figures and things like that. They're one of the few companies that's not totally inundated with, licensed products, you know? All right. So I said this in the last video, but he comes, you know, just with this little plastic thing to cover up his accessories. So all this stuff pops out really nice. I appreciate that. It's a good contrast to NECA and their like 300 zip ties that they have on everything. There's a little tail that you gotta pop on yourself. So this one has two of these little old school twisty tie things. So we're just gonna pop these off and take them out and hope that his leg doesn't break off like the last one. I'm gonna be extra careful with him though. No offense, Boss Fight, if you're watching this. I highly doubt you are, but if you are, I promise I was being gentle last time. All right, so we got him out of the box. His neck moves a little bit, not too much, but that's okay. He's got a lot of head movement though, that's kind of cool. And then he can move his jaw, so he's got a little bit of that. He's a little head tilt. He can move his arms out. There's a little snap there, so these will stay in place. They're not loose or anything like that. But they're also not too tough. They're not too hard to manipulate. There's a little bit of arm movement there. Not too much though. Maybe more than I'm doing, but again, I'm being overly careful after what happened last time. So yeah, you know, he's not too bad. I like his jacket. I think you might even be able to take this off if you're really careful. I know the belt will come off just because that happened to me when I was moving around. Okay, here's what broke last time was the leg. So I'm just gonna be real careful. That little snapping sound right there, that freaked me out the first time I heard it. All right, so I'm not gonna move him around too much, but so his little knife here actually reminds me a lot of the knife that Bebop came with from the original Ninja Turtles toy line. So that's kind of fun. So you can put that in his little arm holster. Looks like it goes that way. And he's got this little shoulder piece. I'm guessing you can just pop that on. There we go. And he's got his tail. So I'm gonna try to put this on without heating him up just to see if it'll pop on without any hot water. Doesn't feel like it's going to, but let's give it a shot. So I think his tail is something I'm definitely gonna have to put on using some hot water. It just doesn't seem like it wants to go on. Also, in my attempt, his little fin broke off, so I'll have to fix that at a later date. This little gun he comes with is kind of neat. There's a little bit of articulation on it. You can see, you can move this around. And actually, you can move the back piece around as well. So I will try to put this in his hand and see what we can get going here. Again, I'm being very gentle with him just because the last one that I had broke on me. All right, so I guess that's how he goes together. That's how he holds his gun. His gun's okay, I guess. Maybe I'll have him holding the knife or something instead, because I don't know, looks a little awkward the way that it is. Overall, he's not too bad. I paid about $20 for him. I think he retails for a lot more than that, maybe 40, 50 bucks. They said he's a 1/12 scale figure. When I think 1/12, I think of like the Mezco stuff I got in the cabinet behind me. So definitely not what I would consider 1/12, at least quality wise. Maybe he is in the scale. Comparing him even to like the NECA figures is just not the same level of quality there, but he's still pretty neat. It's cool that Boss Fight is kind of doing different unique things. I don't think anyone else is making dinosaur men or dinosaur figures or anything like that. I mean, I had to go back to the 90s to find this guy here, so I will take it. I don't know, maybe they'll do more figures in the line. I don't think I would get them. There is 3 other ones on the back of the box, but just between having the first one's leg snap off and this guy kind of having little pieces here and there, his little tail, you know, I mean, maybe that's my fault for not heating it up before putting it on. But overall, I'd say he's pretty decent. Like I said, if you could pick these guys up for like 20 bucks, definitely worth that price. I wouldn't pay more than that personally, but that's just my opinion. Do you guys mess around with these Saurozoic Warrior figures? If you do, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and we'll see y'all next time.